Hi there, welcome to Ben's Narrative. Benjamin Olódùmarè Adebayo is my name. I'm an English language teacher and I'm a writer. Today, I want to read to you one of my poems that I titled A Trip to When I Was a Child. A trip to when I was a child. Time travel to all I wanted. Time travel to all that I wanted. Please enjoy. A trip to when I was a child. Come with me. The years have left the gate unlocked. I've borrowed the old clock's forgotten wings. And every ticking hand is pointing backwards. Not to a place, but to a boy whose pockets carried no money, yet whose heart believed he could afford the old world. There he is, running barefoot through roads powered with red earth. His laughter chasing dragonflies, his shadow racing the wind, is so too young to know that some prayers would one day outgrow their answers. I was that child. I thought tears were languages Olódùmarè understood first. So, whenever sorrow spoke, my little heart answered before my mouth could. When I saw an old woman, her neck bent beneath a mountain of firewood, sweat dripping like weary rivers from her forehead that should have been wearing only peace, my chest became another burden she carried. I never understood why hens that planted harvests were still harvesting hardship. I never understood why age, which should have tasted like ripe fruit, still chewed the bitter bark of survival. So, I would stop, lift my small face towards the breast of the clouds, and whisper, Olódùmarè, when I become a man, bless me enough to empty poverty from every tired pair of hands. Let no grandmother carry forest on her head again. Let her children carry her joy instead. Then I would walk away, certain that heaven had already begun listening. Whenever I met a blind man searching for tomorrow with a trembling stick, or a lame boy dragging dreams on unwilling legs, or a deaf girl whose silence hid songs no ears could borrow, or someone whose body had become a prison of pain, I could not keep looking. I would wait until they disappear beyond the bend of the road, find the lonely corner, raise my eyes to the skies and pray with every innocent breath my little lungs could gather. Please, Olódùmarè, heal them before I see them again. When our path meets next, let them walk, let them hear, let them see, let them laugh without pain, remembering their names. I believed no one deserved to inherit suffering. I believed every broken body was simply waiting for heaven's permission to bloom again. Then came the stories. Stories whispered after sunset, when lanterns trembled and every shadow looked guilty. Stories of witches, stories of wizards, stories of children stolen from tomorrow before tomorrow arrived. The grown-ups spoke with voices that wrapped fear inside every syllable. So I memorized the faces they described. Whenever I passed an old man or an old woman whose wrinkles resembled those frightening stories, my heartbeat would outrun my footsteps. Quietly, without anyone hearing, I would look into the heavens and pray. Olódùmarè, if they truly hurt children, stop them tonight. Do not let another mother wake to an empty mat. Do not let another child become midnight's offering. I believed God loved children with a listening heart. That was what late Mommy Adeosun taught us in the Sunday school of St. Louis Anglican Church, that heavens leaned closer whenever little voices prayed, provided those prayers protected innocence. And so I prayed the only way I knew how. Not because I hated people, but because I loved children. Perhaps my innocence could not yet separate justice from judgment. Perhaps mercy itself was still learning how to pronounce my name. Yet, beneath every childish misunderstanding was one unwavering desire. I wanted goodness to arrive before grief. I wanted comfort to outrun calamity. I wanted kindness to become the common language of the earth. I wanted mothers never to bury their children. I wanted old age to rest instead of labor. I wanted sickness to become an ancient story. I wanted tears to retire forever. I wanted the innocent never again to kneel before royalty. And if wishes were rivers, I wanted mine to flood every lonely shore. Now, I stand where the years have carried me. Looking back at that little boy, whose faith was taller than mountains, whose compassion was larger than his village, whose impossible dreams still shame my possible ones. Perhaps I cannot return to become him again, but perhaps I can become the answer to one of his prayers. If I can lift one burden, heal one wound, dry one tear, protect one child, or leave one stranger less lonely than I found them, then that little boy is not trapped in yesterday. He's still walking beside me, still lifting his face towards the breast of the clouds, still believing that one heart offered completely can persuade the world to become kinder. And if time should ever ask where I most long to live, do not search among the calendars. Take me back to that child who thought love was strong enough to rescue the world. Because of every place I have ever traveled, that remains the most beautiful country I ever called home. Benjamin Olódùmarè Adebayo is my name. Again, I'm an English language teacher and a writer. Thanks for being with me on this trip to when I was a child. See you next time.